We begin in South Korea, where there's been some new headway in trade talks between the world's two largest economies, the U.S. and China. While the ongoing trade war between the two countries impacts a variety of commodities, its impacts on agriculture have been center stage for many local farmers, particularly regarding soybeans. Our own Aiden Sarah is standing by and has been looking into what these talks could mean for one of the most important aspects to both the Iowa and Minnesota economy. Aiden, what can you...
Yeah, Chandler, there's been a lot of talk around soybean trade between the United States and China since this past spring when tariffs were put into place. And while negotiations were held in South Korea earlier this week, there is still a lot of ground to cover.
Presidents Trump and Xi Jinping met Thursday, negotiating a deal on soybean sales, a deal that has resulted in China purchasing 25 million metric tons of United States-grown soybeans.
The first time they had bought any soybeans from us since they cut it off in May was this week.
Because of this lack of trade, the value of soybeans per bushel has dropped so much that farmers are losing money on soybean sales due to high production costs.
I know here in Freeborn County, we were at one time down to like $9.20 a bushel. So if you would have sold then, it would have been a $2 a bushel loss.
Because of this, current soybean revenue projections for 2026 do not break even with the ever-rising costs of production, especially with higher tariffs on steel and other imports.
The seed, the fertilizer, the land rent, your fuel, your tractor, tariffs have taken a hit if your tractor breaks down or your combine breaks down and you're waiting for a part. So there are a lot of extra expenses on that front.
Recently, however, the cost per bushel has increased by as much as $1, giving soybean farmers cautious optimism.
I hope that China comes back to the point of buying the amount of soybeans from us that they did before.
Which is much needed because when you add the current government shutdown to the mix, farmers are not able to apply for subsidies that can provide them short-term relief in a highly uncertain economy.
We don't need changing the tariff every month or every other week. What we need is some stable markets that show the United States, Minnesota, that we're reliable, worthy trading partners.
Now, all of this to say times are still tough for farmers, but the hope is we are now walking in the right direction toward a more stable economy for one of the most important pieces of our local economy. In Olmsted County, Aiden Sarah, ABC 6 News.